Hello and welcome to Mindfully Crocheted Unraveled. My name is Mara. Today I'm going to be unraveling the New York Times games, Wordle, Strands, and Connections for Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. So, spoiler alert, if you haven't already done your Wordle, Strands, and Connections for today, please make sure to pause this video and do that, then come back and compare and see how we did. Of course, you're always welcome to follow along with me and pick up some tips and tricks and strategies on how I solve my New York Times games. And then I would always appreciate it if you left a kind comment down below and let me know your thoughts on that. So without further ado, let me bring up my wheel of Wordle start words, and we will select our Wordle starting word for today. Let me shuffle these up a few times. Make it full screen, and here we go. Sauce, yay. Actually, sauce is one of my favorite Wordle starting words that prior to doing these videos, I used to use sauce as a starting word a lot. So let's see how it does for us today. I'm going to go ahead and pause my recording, bring up my phone, and then we will get to solving Wordle. Okay, I've got my phone pulled up. Let me open up the New York Times Games app. I remembered to put my phone in Do Not Disturb. And Game Center is welcoming me back. Okay, Wordle, guess your way to the correct word Wednesday, July 23rd. Go ahead, add another day to your 331-day streak. Sauce. Okay, sauce. Here we go. Okay, well, it didn't do too bad. Let me think here. What if we have like an ER word? Let's try. Okay, pager. Let's try pager. Determine whether we're looking at an ER word here. And we are. Okay. We still have the L. Let's try later and try to eliminate a few common letters here. Here we go. Okay, that's awesome. All right, what do we have left? So Ader, well, we have water. I'm going to write these down because I need to know how many there are. W-A, okay, water. Yachter. Is odor a word? Like O-A-T-E-R? Oter? I don't think so. Dater? I don't think so. Fader? Fader? Hater? Hater? Jater? Cater? Zater? Zater? Bater? Bater? Is bater a word? I don't think so. But I'm going to write bater down. Nater? Mater? I'm not sure. Those would be really, I'm just going to write N and M question mark because I don't know if those are real words. I'm going to just start with water because it's the first one across the top. You know, we have Q, the QWERTY keyboard. So I'm going to try water. Okay, all right, got it in 4. That's awesome. I didn't have to use any more guesses. That really could have been a trap though, and I feel bad for anyone who didn't figure out that it was an ER word till maybe it was too late. All right, we have 669 games played. My current and max streak are both 332. Water. How did you do? They, they might even get you because you're thinking words that have the long A sound and not like the schwa, like water as the schwa. Okay. All right. Let's go down to strands. Moving on. Okay. Find hidden words and uncover the day's theme. July 23rd, 2025. Chips in. Chips in. All right. I'm seeing a couple things right away. There's like queso. And then next to that is salt. Wait. Let's go different S. Salsa. Queso salsa. So maybe we're talking about dips. I see the guac, mole, or are we just only doing like chips, guacamole, salsa? Okay, but they are things that you can dip a chip in. Let's go ahead and just, all right, so good. This is probably correct. Chips, salsa. Let's go ahead and do guac, mole. Okay, I'm seeing here dips. So I'm guessing that's part of the spanogram. Okay, wait. All right, I think this is it. Oop, not Pat. Party dips. Yes, okay. All right. Tzatziki. How do you even pronounce that? Tzatziki. Okay. I see fondue and hummus. All right. Party dips. Okay. That was pretty fun and easy. All right. So I got 3 words, the spanogram, and the remaining 3 words. How did you do? All right. Let's move on to connections, group words that share a common thread. Wednesday, July 23rd. Go ahead, add another day to your 55-day streak. All right. Slowly but surely. Okay. All right. Our 16 connections words are tomahawk, phantom, geoduck, bugbear, escrow, seahorse. What are we doing? Like all animals here? Flat iron, mortgage, porterhouse, boogeyman, appraisal, wombat, hobgoblin, titmouse, Chateaubriand, and insurance. Okay, seeing a couple things right away, but first, what are all these animals? Tomahawk, geoduck. Yeah. All right, let me do this first thing that I was seeing. Escrow, mortgage. Let's get rid of the non-animal ones, although escrow has the word crow in it. Okay. Appraisal and insurance. These are all like related to your house. You close escrow, you get a mortgage, you get an appraisal, and you get insurance. I'm thinking these are all home related. And you know what? I'm just going to go for it. Like first thought, that's what I want to do. I want to see if we can eliminate this crow thing. Okay, let's do that. All right. Oh, and it's the blue category. I thought maybe that would be yellow or green. Okay, yes, related to buying a home. Yeah, done that a couple of times. We've had to do these things. All right. Then I also saw tomahawk and flat iron, porterhouse and Chateaubriand. These are all like cuts of meat. These are, like a tomahawk steak, very expensive. Porterhouse, Chateaubriand, also very expensive, and flat iron. I'm thinking these are steaks. And that will be helpful in eliminating the hawk from the animals. Okay, I know I'm thinking that a lot of these animals go into, different categories. I'm going to try this. I feel pretty confident that this is most likely yellow or green in terms of, the the category color. Yeah. All right, let's give it a try. Okay, kinds of steaks. Yes, flat iron. All right, good. Okay, now we have seahorse, boogeyman. Okay, there's boogeyman, hobgoblin, phantom. Let me take a sip of coffee here. These are all, like scary creatures to scare people. Okay, then there's seahorse. There's so many animals except the boogeyman one. Boogeyman, phantom, hobgoblin, wombat, geoduck, titmouse, seahorse. Okay. I'm actually gonna screenshot this. All right, all right, so we have yellow and purple. I'm going to leave like the hobgoblin, the boogeyman, the phantom, thinking that that's maybe yellow. Let's seahorse, titmouse, wombat. Okay, these are all animals. Now, a seahorse, interestingly, not really a horse, okay? And a titmouse, is that an actual mouse kind of a creature? But I know it's a real animal. Okay. And I know that a wombat is a real animal, and a wombat is more like a prairie kind of an animal, like a deserty kind of like a gerbil. Is it in the gerbil family? I don't even know. Okay. But I feel like, so it's not really a bat. Seahorse, wombat, titmouse, maybe also not really a mouse. What is that? Now, a bugbear, what is that? And a geoduck. Is a geoduck a real animal? Is a bugbear a real animal? So I feel like one of these is purple or yellow. This could be purple. So let me switch to yellow. So this could be yellow. This could be yellow. Okay, geoduck. Is geoduck... okay, hobgoblin, boogeyman, phantom. Which one of these is going to scare kids? Geoduck or bugbear? I feel like a bugbear is something that might be considered, maybe that's the scary creature. Hobgoblin, boogeyman, phantom, maybe bugbear, and then the geoduck. I don't know if it's a real animal. I've never heard of a geoduck other than like maybe in I think just because of the word bug, I'm going to put that with hobgoblin, boogeyman, and phantom. All right, let me delete this. Delete the screenshot. Bugbear. This is probably yellow. So I'm going to just go ahead and do like what I think would be purple first, and then end with, and if I'm wrong, then I'll swap out bugbear, and geoduck. That's what I'm going to try. Okay, let's go for it. Wish me luck. All right, animals ending with animals, right? I need to know what a geoduck is. Okay, and then I need to know what a bugbear is. Hobgoblin, boogeyman, phantom, bugbear, that's our yellow category. Interestingly, it came down to purple and yellow for me today, but overall not too hard. As I was reading it out, I was a little apprehensive about all those animals and how they were going to fit. Okay, so I've completed 328 games. My current streak is 56. My max streak is 251. How did you do? Did you get those? Did you get those animals? Did you make any mistakes? All right. So I want to write, okay, bugbear, and geoduck. I need to look up what these are. Let's find out. Okay, let me remove this for the moment. All right, let me come over to here and I'm going to look up bugbear. A bugbear is a creature from folklore and fantasy, often depicted as a large, hairy goblinoid with, goblin, well, there's the hobgoblin, right? Large, hairy goblinoid with a bear-like appearance, known for its strength and stealth. In modern usage, particularly in Dungeons and Dragons. Never played it. I think my nephew played Dungeons and Dragons, but I never did. Okay, bugbears are a playable race known for their powerful build, extra reach, and surprise attack ability. They are also sometimes used more broadly to describe something that causes fear or anxiety. Okay, bugbear. All right. In the goblin family. All right, let's look up geoduck for those of us that don't know. Geoduck. Oh, gooey duck. Okay, it's pronounced gooey duck. Gooey duck is a large edible saltwater clam found along the Pacific coast of North America from Alaska to Baja California. Well, obviously, I'm not cultured enough to know. It is known for its exceptionally long siphon, which is used to burrow deep into the seabed. Gooey ducks are a popular target for both commercial and recreational fisheries and are also farmed. Okay, so they're in the burrowing clam family. There you go. Gooey duck. Not to be confused with geoduck. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, there you go. There you have it. I hope you learned something today. I sure did. Okay. I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to leave a comment below as to what you thought and how you did today on your games. Check out my playlist of all my New York Times Games videos. Give those a watch. I would really appreciate it if you haven't done so already to like this video, comment, and subscribe. Okay. And don't forget to check out that video that YouTube's offering you right there. Take care and be kind. Oh, don't forget to put a little play in your day.